Hello, welcome to my yard, and this video is going to be all about my gardening. And as you will see in the video, you will see some failures of gardening, and you can look behind me. I have all of these tall weeds again. So one of the things about gardening is that it is not easy. There's a reason why so many people just would rather go to the store. First of all, you know, when you go and you buy all of your seeds and everything, it's exciting and it does cost a little bit of money. It's not much, but then you have to find the right kind of fertilizer. And I grew a lot of my plants inside. They really did well inside, and I made videos about those indoor plants. They were beautiful and I loved them. I grew sunflowers, I grew zucchini plants, and you can check out my video to see my window growth, and it was really successful. I brought everything outside, and what I did with this garden area behind me was we just cleared the whole area. We cut things down, we cleared everything out. But when I was clearing it, I could see that there were vines underneath the soil. And I need to look up all of the plants that we encountered and find out how to make sure that they don't grow back. Because as you can see, very quickly, they all grew back. So I think that probably by cutting it all, we actually made it grow back faster. And some plants are like that. So I think what's gonna happen is I either have to rototiller this entire garden area so that it will not grow like this, or I may consider, I have an area of my yard that I can put in a strawberry patch. So I'm thinking I might do that for next year, is put in a strawberry patch. So I'm gonna be looking up information on that, where I can plant my own strawberries, because my strawberries did really well. But the other problem is we had a lot of animals that ate off the tops of all my plants. So in this area behind me, there's a lot of trees for shade. It does get sunny during the day, and we did have a lot of growth, but like I said, it's a place where animals just run rampant, and I was kind of afraid of that. I put everything in the ground, and then that night I was like, oh, my babies are out there, and I hope they're safe. And yeah, so you'll see at the end of this video how my plants have done. We did have some growth, but I have not really gotten much in the way of really successful vegetables. I did plant some herbs, so I do have basil and rosemary, and I may consider moving those. I planted those kind of in a tire situation, so I was thinking I might transfer those out to the front of the yard where there's more sun. And the reason why I didn't really do much in the front of the yard for a garden is because that's where my kids play. They run around, it's kind of flat, and it is sunny there. So I'm gonna be looking at my yard and trying to think about what I can do to plant some raised beds and maybe clear some area for a better gardening situation for next year. But I'm really happy with my chickens. I have 14 chickens, and they are not laying eggs yet, but I have really enjoyed them, and they are doing well. They're very healthy. We haven't had any animals come in and take them. I've had chickens before, and I've let them free range, and in my yard we have gotten foxes and raccoons, skunks, and we still have those animals, but I have all of the chickens in the pen, and it's hard for me to make them stay in the pen, but for their safety, I let them stay in the pen. And they seem to be happy, and they are very hungry. One good thing about chickens is that you can give them your food scraps. So if you don't have a compost pile and you don't have something to do with your food scraps other than, you know, put them in the trash, you can go ahead and give them to the chickens, and they really love the food scraps, and then that keeps down that type of food in your trash can. But if you do have, also if you have a garden, you can use their fertilizer, and that works really well for a great garden also. So what I have down on the bottom of their pen is some hay, and I do feed them grain. They do eat other things, but they do seem to be happy when I come in to feed them the grain in the morning. And so thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. You know, sometimes if we always post our successes, right, then people might think, what's wrong with me? I'm not doing a very good job, you know, and it's all a learning experience. I had a feeling I wasn't going to be doing a very good job at this, so I was prepared. I have a friend that's a really good gardener that I got lots of things from. We also went to a strawberry patch a couple days ago, and so that was up north a few minutes, and I'm going to be making a video about making jam from fresh strawberries, and that was a very fun time. There are a lot of successful gardeners that we can learn from, and gardening is not, you know, not everyone can do gardening, and there are always things that can happen between the animals or the weather or other things. So the thing with gardening is you learn, and then you try something new, and it does take years though. It does take a long time. It can get discouraging. But I have friends who are successful at gardening, so I plan to buy some fresh vegetables from them. So it would encourage them to have a little extra money, and also I can still get the fresh veggies that I was hoping for. So, you know, it's about working together and just doing what you can, and sometimes we are successful and sometimes we are not, and so we just keep trying and do the things that you're good at and keep working on the things that you need to work on, and that's what makes life interesting. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. This is my garden. These are my tomato plants. These small ones aren't growing much. I did have a couple tomatoes on them, but they were taken by animals. This is my basil, which is doing well, oregano and rosemary, which is doing well, and this is my parsley, which got a lot of damage from animals. They ate off the tops of all of this parsley. This is one of my squash plants, which I don't see any squash on there. On this, I also had some animals that bit off the tops. So that's very discouraging when you go in and you just don't find much. And this is my jungle. All of this has grown from the vines that were underneath the ground. Crazy. Now for the chickens. The chickens are doing well. I have 12 that look exactly the same. And then I have 2 bantams, one that looks like a fluffy pet right there. And then I have a small one over there in the corner. Those are bantams. And I was hoping one of them might be a rooster, but it looks like I don't have any roosters. So that's okay for now. But eventually I would like to get a rooster so that I could also incubate eggs and keep the flock fresh. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.